welcome back to the Chat and Chill podcast. I'm your boy Firahs
Joe MK.
And today we've got a special guest in the building, Molteno.
Hey.
Great singer, actually likes some of her music as well. Should check her out. And how do you feel?
Yeah, feel good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to be down in West Croydon.
All the way from Hoxton.
Yeah, no,
So we're local. Joe's the guy that came far today.
Essex, East London, whichever one you want to use.
And if you guys wondering, yes, he still wasn't on time, so that's great. Even though I told him it was one.
Okay, alright.
But I ask every person that comes here. So for the people who don't know who you are, how would you describe yourself?
So I make dream pop meets trip hop, and a blog described it like my sound as like imagine like a Bjork and Bat for Lashes love child. So it's kind of like got that indie thing, but also quite electronic, like Bjork.
Yeah, I find it quite relaxing.
Yeah, it's quite ambient. Yeah, like quite chilled. Like
because I was thinking if I can imagine myself like when you go to like a restaurant or like a shopping center, I can imagine your stuff being played in like H&M.
well, that'd be cool.
Because it's relaxing music.
That type of music always gets played in like when I was working in Selfridges. There was this one tune that I remember, which is like some sort of like dreamy pop.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I really like that song because it kept playing in my ear.
Yeah.
And then it was recently I saw it on an Instagram post. I was like, I have to Shazam this, and ended up finding it.
Nice.
Wait, is your phone facing her, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man. This guy.
2019, got double check. But also talking of music, like, what made you want to get into music?
Actually, my mum is a session singer. So growing up, like, it wasn't so much like I made a conscious decision, like, oh, I'm going to get into music. It was just like very much like a part of my childhood. Like, she used to get my sister and I like singing like the harmonies to like Joni Mitchell in the car, or we had like Portishead on tape and stuff like that. It's like really nice, like so. And she so very much like influenced from a young age. And then I was doing like actually classical singing training from quite young, which was like really good actually to get that grounding. And then I started in like quite different to the music I make now, but like a rock grunge band when I was about 14. So we used to like gig, play all the local.
Fun fact, I was in a rock band.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, when I was
Whoa! Story time.
I used
It was in Bristol. It wasn't even in Sweden.
I'm from Somerset, bro.
I'm from near Bristol. I don't know if you know that. Yeah, I'm from Stroud.
No way.
I would have thought your rock phase was in Sweden, but Bristol.
What for Sweden? Tell you my whole backstory. But yeah, I was in a rock band. It was in year 6.
Yeah.
And we performed a couple of shows. It was kind of sick.
Okay.
I was the lead singer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, where's the catalogue though?
I actually still got the song somewhere.
Is it?
Yeah, we recorded songs.
Okay, they're getting leaked still.
It was one of my mates. One of my mates died. Like he had like a little studio and stuff. We actually made songs, bro. They weren't that good, but I mean,
it's a start, you know.
Yeah. The lyrics were pretty bad, but the instrument, the beats were good. They could play, man. Shout out to my man Michael and Tom. We should come back together, man.
Reunion tour.
Reunion tour.
Yeah.
But what inspires you within music? Like, is there any like musicians out there that you kind of look up to or take inspiration from when it comes to music?
Yeah, like growing up, like I've already mentioned, like Bjork was like a big inspiration for me. But also like trip hop, like Portishead, Massive Attack.
Yeah.
People like Nona Cherry, she was a big influence for me. And then more recently, like I love like Lana Del Rey, like all that chill, like that mixture of like orchestral elements and kind of like cooler indie electronic. Yeah, and I listen to like, do you know Abra? Artists like that, like who are like just writing some really catchy like electronic pop. Love it.
So you're really into the electronic pop scene and the indie scene. Yeah. That's really grown recently, you know, because I feel like it wasn't that popular 10, 20 years ago.
Would you count Billie Eilish as that?
I think it is like electronic pop. I'm a big Billie Eilish fan. I think she's really
I'll count that.
I think it is.
Sorry?
She's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like got obviously an indie electronic pop kind of.
Because they kind of all come. I feel like all the genres are now kind of like mixing up.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a bit like
got a lot of fusion.
Yeah. I feel like you can get a rapper on an indie beat nowadays.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
Yeah.
it's changed. Like music has changed. It's so broad now. There's no rules.
Yeah.
There's no, which is great. Yeah.
Really great. I feel like before there was too much rules. I think if you was a rapper,
Categorizing.
it had to be very street.
Yeah.
Now you can do a pop rap that has no gang violence involved, and it still goes number one. Because that's basically what Stormzy is. He's a commercially rapper. He doesn't really talk street, and he's not really a street guy. So it's like rap.
Like Tentacion using like rock samples in his music as well.
Yeah, but it's heavy metal, isn't it?
Yeah.
do you listen to heavy metal, or you not into rock at all?
Not at the moment. Like growing up, I was into rock. Yeah.
Avril Lavigne. Yeah?
I was into,
I loved her when I was
I did love her. Like I learned like what's that song? Complicated.
Yeah.
I learned that when I was young.
Everyone loves Avril Lavigne. You couldn't go wrong, man. The skater shoe, the fucking
Skater boy.
Yeah, the fucking little chain. I used to wear the chain on my jeans.
Oh, that I had one pair of jeans like that. So yeah.
I was that guy.
She was quite iconic at the time, right?
Yeah. What happened to her?
I don't know. I feel like I heard her name recently. Like, I don't know
I heard she got married, I think.
Yeah.
And then apparently she's coming back. Yeah, she's doing a tour.
Yeah.
She's doing a tour in London. Yeah, but one of my friends is going.
Okay. Nice. Shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to
Be
her.
nice to go and see her.
Yeah, exactly. Talking of music you got coming out as well so far. Obviously, you told me earlier you got some stuff coming out.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us like what's your plans for 2020?
Yeah, so 2020, I've recorded already quite a lot of tracks that I'm going to be releasing in early 2020, which I'm really excited about. They're a little bit more like, I would say more on the electronic side. Some of them are a little bit more upbeat, which is fun. You could like dance to them rather than just chill out. So that's cool. And making a video with my good friend Daisy Mosley in early January. So
You got any music videos coming out as well?
That's that one.
That's
exactly.
Okay,
And I'm making one for another track called Waves as well.
So you got like your own YouTube channel, that stuff as well, don't you?
I do, but I haven't actually released any videos yet, so this will be the first.
Oh, so it's
Okay.
exclusive. Get ready for that.
Decade, right? I see.
Yeah, exactly. New decade, new videos.
Watch Joe be like, if you wanted a video, you can call me.
Let's go into a commercial break.
I'll rap too, don't worry. I'm sorry, you're just a rapper.
On
Sounds good, guys.
Nah, that's hilarious. I also wanted to say, do you have any like other hobbies or interests that people might find interesting? So outside of music, what do you like to get up to?
Yeah, so I'm quite into fashion. My friend and I, she's in my band actually, Sarah.
Yeah.
We used to run like a vintage clothes blog. So we used to like be always on the hunt for like cool vintage clothes.
I was going to ask you about vintage clothing because obviously Hoxton, like there's like 2 million vintage stores there.
It's like there's a lot to choose from around there. But I also I just love finding like hidden gems, working with like more independent fashion designers as well. So I love to like showcase some of their work on stage as well, because for me like fashion is a big part of music. And I just love it, and I feel like it's a really nice way to express yourself as well.
Would you say that? Would you say fashion plays a huge role? Would you say? You're not even gonna cut that.
That's gonna be so low.
But would you say that fashion plays a huge role in who an artist is? Because I was having a conversation with a friend, and he said to me, "Fashion doesn't mean anything anymore." And I went, "Really?" Yeah, that's what it is. A guy told me fashion doesn't mean anything anymore. I looked at him and I went,
I think it does.
I think it does. I mean, I guess he was trying to say that there's no real surprises anymore in terms of how you dress. You either look gothic, you either look street, you either look casual. He was like, it doesn't really matter what you wear as long as your
variety
music is
doesn't
good.
matter.
But I think of somebody who works in fashion, would you say, and also do music as well, would you say that fashion is important to you as a brand? Because at the end of the day, we're a brand, aren't you? So would you I'm guessing you wouldn't come out dressing like, I don't know, like a hipster, as an example, if that's not what you want to be perceived as.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to that your fashion and music will go together. Not necessarily from a commercial point of view, but often you know, the influences that you have in music, you've also been influenced by the sort of fashion that goes along with that. So, So, you know, it's nice when it's obviously authentic and it's not like, you know, you're trying to like mold something. But I think it's also important to think about with social media, a lot of people, they'll see you before they hear your music.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know, like if they go together, that's great, because if someone's like, oh wow, I like that style, like, you know, there's a 70s thing going on, and then the music sort of teams up with that, then, you know, you've been introduced to like a new audience.
Because I feel like in music, I feel like we as musicians set trends.
Yeah.
In terms of swag, and because obviously most people.
So I say it's like the most accessible art form, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I don't feel like people go to models for fashion sense, because you kind of look at. People always look at the person who they believe to be superior to them. Yes. So it's like, if you're dressed like this, they're like, I want to dress like that, so that I can feel like I'm a part of this particular person. So for me, fashion is very important. I started looking at him like, fashion ain't important. So mate, what, you gonna be naked? Like, imagine.
But did he elaborate his point though? Or he just left it at that?
Not really. I mean, I don't really remember. I was drinking it, so I was at a bar. I don't really remember much of it. It was actually last night.
I mean,
we was playing pool, innit?
Okay, alright.
It was in Hoxton, actually.
Maybe what he's referring to is like, you know, like we were saying earlier, that there's no like necessarily set genres anymore.
Yes.
Like everything's blended. So in some ways, you also don't get those like tribes that used to be prevalent, like goths. It feels like it's like blended. So maybe
it's very mixed, because rappers use handbag. What was it? Is it Young Thug? Yep. He wears women clothing.
Yep. Yeah.
And he's a rapper. And people think that's weird, but it's like, there's no rules. Because I feel like that 20 years ago in rap would never have been it, especially the black bloody community. Like, they'd have been like, I don't know about that. But now it's like, if you don't make an issue and your music is good, like, who cares what you look like anyway? Or what you wear? Wear what you want.
Wear what you want, yeah, exactly.
2019. It's 2019. I think we should go into some topics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. What's numero uno?
I just realized I ain't even told you the topics for today.
That's true. So
that's the first time you're coming in blind.
Okay.
Is
it not? I'm pretty sure.
Nah, I normally tell you what we're talking about.
Okay. Alright, say no.
Well, I think I do anyways.
Okay.
I would like to think I do.
Let's go into commercial break. Juice burst.
From
Stay refreshed.
So you have apple and orange.
I guess I'm going to start with this topic.
Okay, alright.
So, are we going to... Yeah, like, might as well.
Time is of the essence, my friend.
You're a donkey. So, a student...
Yes.
So, basically, a student hit a teacher with a chair, right?
Oh, yeah, we talked about this, isn't it?
Huh? Well, I told you about it on the phone. Yeah.
Go.
And then the teacher died a week later. So after being hit, the pupil wasn't expired at the time. He was still, he was suspended for like 2 days, whatever. But then the teacher died. So the teacher still came back to school as well, which is weird. Came back, so the injury wasn't as bad as they thought. And then I think as time went by, he started losing the vision, collapsed. So I guess the conversation for this story is, should that pupil go to jail, or, because he's young, he's 14, should he be going to like those little like, you know, rehab, those centers? Yeah. Because I think when I was reading the story, the parents was basically trying to blame the teacher.
Okay.
Which is, come on.
It happens. It happens.
Our parents gonna do whatever they can.
Just
to save their son and save that. They don't want that criminal record, innit?
No.
Of course.
Effectively, he's killed someone. He's killed someone. So I feel like, do you feel like the punishment should be jail? I mean, he's effectively killed someone. And the parents are arguing a case that he's too young for jail.
Because the thing is, like,
he's 14 though.
What are you trying to get out of just putting him into jail? Because I've heard countless of stories, even like personal acquaintances of mine, who've gone to jail and say, "Oh, it's a joke." Like, you don't really change. You don't really learn anything. If anything, you get worse because you're surrounded with like-minded people. Yeah. And then it just becomes a whole mix of just So probably best case scenario would be rehabilitation, or if they like want to start doing like programs within jail instead of just keeping them there, whatever. Then, because at the end of the day, you want him to be a contributing member of society eventually. So,
You know what's funny? Talking of Joey, there was this lady. She got down for drink driving.
Yes.
I think she was like 70% over the limit, but she got away with it because listen, she drove her brother to hospital. And then there was another guy that had the same situation and didn't
away with it.
Didn't get away with it.
Okay.
So the conversation that I was seeing was, is it because she's a woman?
Yeah.
Do you think that's what it was?
I mean, I was in the library once doing work, and I was overhearing a lawyer speaking with his client on like the next table, and then this really profound thing he said. It was like, this is what happens with law. The law always applies until it doesn't.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So it's like, I didn't think of it that way. I was thinking, as you know, like you have your set rules, and it's quite easy to put every action within a category. But then, obviously, you've just given an example. It's like, okay, what's happening here? Yeah.
But do you think? I want to get your opinion as well. Do you think people do you feel like a person's kind of appearance, who they are, their background, plays a role in the thinking of a judge? Because if you're like somebody who, let's say, for example, you're not really working, you're, I don't know, man, whatever your situation is, you're not really doing much for yourself, and you're in court, he's probably looking at you like, man, he's another one of these guys. And then you have somebody who's like working, got her life together, blah, 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 blah.
It's a matter of statistics at that point, isn't it?
Yeah, because I remember when I think it was like 7 years ago. When was I a teaching assistant? I don't know why I'm asking you. But when I was a teaching assistant, I remember it was in a nightclub in Fulham Broadway, and there was an altercation.
It was all the way in Fulham Broadway?
Yeah. And then, got a bit drunk, and then my friend got into a little argument with this geezer and blah, blah, blah. I got away with it because I was a teacher.
Yeah, you said, yeah.
He literally went, what do you do? My teacher assistant. He went,
okay, yeah.
Step aside. But you guys.
Forget it.
And I was just like, well, I needed that anyway because I couldn't go back to school. Imagine I can't teach, bro. But we wouldn't have got anything anyway because nothing happened. But it was just like, I just didn't have to go in a van and go through all of that. And I was just like, hallelujah. Well, I went home my own though. But you think I'm waiting around? I was drunk, wanted to go home. But yeah, I really do feel like if you're ever in trouble, your background plays a huge role in their thinking, because at the end of the day they're gonna be more lenient and forgiving if you got your shit together. Whereas if you don't, they're probably gonna be like, oh, you're probably gonna be back here next week anyway, so let me just give you a harder fine. And then it's not always black and white, but I think that's what it is, really.
It fully is. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Shout out to London though, innit?
Oh, it was a school in London.
Huh?
It was a school in London.
What, my school?
No, man. The
story. Oh yeah, it was in London.
Yeah.
It was.
Do you know what he got sentenced for?
Well, drink driving.
No, I'm not talking.
You mean
the people, man?
The people, the chair.
Oh,
that's their chair.
No, they're still going for it now.
Okay.
That's what I was wondering. What you guys? Do you think he should go to jail or not?
Okay, I've already answered. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
Duh. Anyway, next topic.
All right.
I actually want to talk about. We kind of touched a bit on fashion, anyways. Yes. But I wanted to touch on the fashion industry as a whole. Do you feel like there will ever be a time where high-end fashion will run out of fashion?
No.
Run out? Oh, what you mean become
run out of ideas?
Not run out of ideas, but I mean like people. I feel like before people were so into the Gucci's and Versace's. I mean, but I feel like nowadays no one really cares like that.
It depends how long you spend online. I don't think it's changed.
I think
if anything,
it's
it's increased.
Demand, yeah.
You think it's increased in demand?
Yeah.
I feel like it's decreased. You don't think?
I think there's also like like sustainable fashion. That movement I think is also coming up like in a big way, and also that tends to be like quite high end because obviously everyone's being paid fairly along the chain and all of that. But I still think there's
even with fast fashion. I feel like that's winning right now. The boohoo mans, the fashion novas, the pretty little things. All they're doing is paying every Instagram model.
But then that's also like you could look at it in any sort of like industry as well. Like, okay, let's say automotives.
Yeah.
Will supercars and the high-end cars ever run out, as you say? Even though like your regular Fords, Vauxhalls are moving more volume.
No, but I thought that's different. I thought that's people that buy an expensive car is more of a statement.
So
I'm talking in terms of everyday wear. I mean, unless you're going
you
to
wear clothes more than you use a car, though.
True. Yeah. However, normally you only really care about an expensive pair of jeans for an event. But nowadays, people are wearing Boohoo Man to a red carpet.
It is becoming more like...
Here we go.
I would say,
You know that was coming, man.
I would say, like, and I think this is a really good thing, but it's becoming more acceptable to, like, not have to necessarily be, like, super smart. That's true, in the business world as well. It's almost like, you know, it's kind of cooler, or, like, you get more respect to, like, being, like, more casual wear sometimes. So I think, like... That maybe that side of high-end fashion maybe is becoming less prevalent.
Yeah. I don't know. Would you say is Fashion Week still as important as it used to be, or is it just me that doesn't really feel?
I've never really followed Fashion Week like that. So.
Yeah, no, because my mate he directs some of the events for Fashion Week. Yeah, that's the catwalks and stuff. And whenever I talk to him, I'm like, man, I remember this used to be such a big deal. Now when I talk to him, it's just like. It's another week. Quick paycheck.
I don't even know when it is now.
Huh?
I don't even know when it is now. When is Fashion Week anyways?
I can't even remember.
There's September,
two. Oh, there's two.
And then early in the year, I think.
Yeah. There's one coming up now. That's what we're gonna go to.
January, right?
Yeah. My friend goes to the show.
Okay, got the chain on deck. You know what I'm saying?
This guy. We're just gonna be sitting there doing this.
That's some ASAP Rocky, like
sipping some wine. Well, I think it's normally champagne they give you.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to one.
Yeah, champagne.
I want to go to one in Paris, man.
That would be good. Yeah. Or New York.
New York, yeah. Because I feel like the one in London isn't as exciting anymore.
It's quite exciting when you get like the more experimental brands, you know, when it's more like, wow, it's like fashion is art. Like, and I think it's still important for like newer brands and labels to like showcase. But
what would be your ideal like swag? So if you had to go to a killer event and they say be you,
wow,
what would
I
be
like
like?
this question.
What would be you?
What's your Sunday best?
Okay, so I'm quite a big fan of Weemery. I love that because it's quite like, it feels quite ethereal, quite experimental. But I also love like some of the stuff like Billie Eilish is wearing, like the co-ords, the Louis Vuitton coordinated outfit.
Oversized jacket.
Yeah.
That's the thing right now. I love it.
Cargo
I
pants.
love that as well.
Sneakers.
Like, so I think, but I'm a big fan of like coordinated stuff. So I imagine like it would be like something like made just for me, which is like matching maybe either like flared trousers or like a mini skirt with like a matching jacket. And that would be pretty cool.
What about you, Joe?
Really cool trainers.
Yeah.
I like rolling up my trousers.
You're gonna have tracksuit bottoms.
I have. Well, I wear this anyways. Whenever it's smart casual event, it's like I like rolling. I like showing the white socks first of all.
That's nice.
I like colourful sneakers.
So
a low top, kind of colourful. I have glow in the dark ones too, so maybe I'm kind of crazy. I don't know. And just up top, keep it simple, man. Just keep it simple. Maybe a top hat, maybe not. Obviously, the golden glasses. I get a lot of good feedback with the glass. Whenever I step out with the glasses, I always get at least one compliment. Like,
but fam, you actually look good in glasses. Bro.
I can't see these glasses.
Because you have those gold ones, right?
Yeah.
They look good, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I got the chain on.
I'm surprised you didn't wear the glasses to look
I know.
with the chain.
I was already wearing the hat. I didn't want to overdo it.
No overdo it, huh? So obviously we had a vegan on the show last, and she was talking about like fast fashion, and sustainability and all of that stuff. Do you feel like, obviously with the rise of vegans nowadays, are you a vegan as well, or you're not vegan?
No, I'm not vegan.
Would you?
Say it like it's a revolution.
I know.
I feel like everyone's a vegan.
The vegans are coming.
I'll be out in Shoreditch, and then I'll be like, oh, I'm hungry, let's go eat. Oh, I'm vegan. I'm like, oh yeah. Where do you want to go? I have to follow you now. But I like
At
vegan
least in
food.
Shoreditch, there's lots of options, and I love vegan food as well. Like, I would
love
say I
vegan food.
eat like mostly like plant-based diet. I just don't have that rule.
Yeah.
It's a bit like you say, like everyone's vegan, so I'm feeling like, well, maybe
Yeah, because I'm really thinking about it recently. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's very, it can be very healthy. Like,
It's
and
just
it's
healthy.
obviously good for the environment. That's a big reason.
And obviously, you know what I'm saying.
Obviously, animals. Like.
I'm back in the gym now, so I might as well eat healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, abs are made in the kitchen, kids. So take notes.
Abs are big.
That's what my mum told me. Actually, abs are made
Abs
in the
begin
kitchen.
in the
But
kitchen. I love
I've heard the quote somewhere else, but yeah, abs are made in the kitchen.
Do you go gym? Do you still go gym?
I've been in like I did Muay Thai last week.
Muay Thai.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, cool. Boxing.
Oh,
It's like,
Yeah.
Taekwondo.
you just love naming random things.
Taekwondo.
Wait, what's Muay? Is that Taekwondo?
No.
Oh, what's Muay Thai?
Actually, it's similar because it uses a lot of kicking.
Yeah.
Taekwondo is kicking, but Muay Thai is like Thai kickboxing. Don't butcher me in the comments, please, because I only did karate back in the day.
You know
So
somebody's gonna be like,
hey, listen, man. If you want to fight, meet me. I'm joking.
well, catch me outside.
I still got my flexibility with the kick, so.
You know, I wanted to also talk about the movie industry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys feel like movies are as good as they used to be?
Like classics.
Yeah, I mean, I look at movies now and I'm not that interested anymore.
I think it's a thing where I was listening to a podcast about this actually. I can't remember whether it was music reviews or film reviews, but it's interchangeable. What happens now is, because obviously the internet is fast paced and stuff, people don't really sit down with a piece and like really analyze things before they start writing a review. They're just trying to get the first thing, because they'll give an example back in the day when you have like magazine pieces. They'll sit down with like an album for like at least 10 days before they can even start writing their reviews.
Yeah.
So of course that doesn't happen now. I watch bloody Surf's Up now.
Yeah.
Probably not even finished watching the film before I submitted.
Yeah.
Because I heard someone complaining. Because they do like the festival circuit, the film festival circuit. So they were in Sundance Film Festival, and at the front row, you just had people on laptops like reviewing things as they're watching it. And he was like, come on, man.
No, I don't know. Like,
how can you have a review once I step out? How am I seeing like their tweets about a film? It's like, sit down with the thing, you know. Like,
man, you can't even watch movies and go on social media, man. It
yeah.
ruins it for you anyway.
That's true,
exactly.
yeah.
If you're reviewing it already, you're not really like fully.
You get all the
absorbing.
clips, and then, cause I remember when Black Panther came out.
Yeah.
Everybody was hyping it so much. I went in there with the biggest expectations. I came out and I was just like,
It's like,
"Is this a superhero movie?" I mean, it's in Africa.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's how I felt. Because everyone was like,
yeah.
"There's a black revolution. We got a black super." So I'm thinking, "Oh, this must be sick."
Yeah.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Is this what? Is this what I'm paying my money for?"
it's the problem when they're like so overhyped. You like build up this big like. It's quite nice when the reviews are mixed actually, because you're like, let's see which side. Like,
Black Panther was so like positively spoken about. Like,
I can't really trust reviews like that anymore.
sorry.
Can't really trust reviews like that anymore.
Yeah, well, I feel like with Black Panther, it was more about it being a black superhero movie rather than actual content. I don't think people even cared if it was that good or not. I think people were just excited that it was a black superhero.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
That's
It's a good
what I
film
feel.
visually, whatever.
Do you like
stories, whatever. But it's
Have you
not-
seen it?
I haven't, no. I
like
haven't
a
seen
classic.
it. I really want to see it though, actually.
I wouldn't
Like,
say you're missing much.
Yeah,
But do you
I know. Despite your review, I still like.
Well, I would definitely say watch it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
different. You're like, I've never seen a superhero movie based in Africa. I think
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. Didn't really feel like it was in Africa though. I just felt like
because it was a mix. It was a mix. They show Wakanda next to Kenya. They
I know.
have West African accents, and then their gums are South African print. I was like,
Really, so
And to
they-
be
yeah.
fair, they had actors that just had no good African accent whatsoever.
that accent offended me. I'm not gonna
It
lie.
was so horrible.
That accent offended
I was
me.
like, you couldn't just go African and cast someone.
Yeah.
It was horrible. I have to give him credit for trying it, because if you're not really from Africa and you're told to an African accent, black or not, I can't do an African accent. So
I can do every other accent about Africa. Is like, I don't know.
yeah, it's a bit hard. What was the last good movie you saw?
Say I went to see Joker. Did you see
Oh,
Joker?
Joker's sick, you know.
I'm still yet to watch that.
I
Joker's
can't wait to
sick,
reveal
you
too
know.
much. Yeah, it was really, that was really.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin
I
it.
won't say anything.
Alright, listen. When I say something, you know I don't ever say nothing good.
Okay.
Oh, I remember watching it. I was just like, yeah,
Brilliant.
it's a good movie,
Like
man.
to tackle, like I don't know, mental health. I think
Yeah,
it was-
definitely
yeah,
tackle it.
yeah.
The cinematography was sick, man.
Cinematography, yeah, it was
Yeah, it was-
so great.
Oh, man. It's been a long time I actually watched a film that I want to watch again.
Yeah, I want to watch it
I
again
want
as
to
well.
watch it again.
Yeah,
Man. I can't wait for it to
sure.
come out on Netflix.
Yeah. Just watch it on
Do you think there'll be a time cinema becomes like outdated?
Well, it's
I don't think because actually I've checked this.
Right now,
yeah.
ratings are, unless you have a very big movie.
Yeah.
All the other movies kind of fell in the box office, apart from a few. I mean, if you got Kevin Hart or Dwayne Johnson, probably gonna do well.
Yeah.
Will Smith, probably gonna do well. But all the other movies, they don't seem to do. I mean, I've seen so many flops.
Yeah.
So many
I
flops.
think the thing is, the more creative ideas go straight to online, and then you have
Netflix.
and Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever.
Yeah,
And then you have like the reboots in cinema because they know, okay, you have a fan base who's probably grown up now, but they still want to watch the thing. But I did read somewhere that there are actually an increase in cinema goers.
Really? That's good.
Yeah, so
But isn't that because of an increase of big name stars in movies?
maybe
Because
I don't know. I haven't looked deep into it. So
I'm seeing
it could
so
be.
many of these stars now in Netflix series, man.
Also, I've noticed like films are in the cinema for a like much more limited time before they go to Netflix. Like,
Yes.
And then it's kind of like, well, I could just wait like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Sounds really bad because I
so
do
true.
love going to the cinema and I love supporting the film industry. But you know,
You know, somebody said to me, if you take a girl out on a date to a cinema, you're lame. Facts or no?
As a first date, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
what? Because you're not going to
You're
be
not talking.
talking unless it's like you're going to have like food first or after, and then you know.
But I'm saying that's during the date. It's a whole day.
Yeah.
Cinema's not that bad. I mean, if you go to eat and then maybe I don't know, go to the arcade and then end up at a cinema.
But if
go
you're
to the
just
bar.
if it's cinema and back, then it's
That's primary school date. I remember when I was in like year 7, I took to go to the cinema. It was Dark Knight. Wait, what's that year 7? I think it was year 9.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to Hannah. But we still chat now. We always talk about it. It's so funny.
Okay.
But yeah, I took her to Dark Knight. Went home. Took her to Dark Knight.
Well, I see why you're not together then.
I didn't even pay for the movie either. No, I paid for my ticket. I went her ticket. There was no me paying that one. I'm trying to remember why did I pay for it, but I didn't pay for it. She bought her own ticket. She got there before me. When she got there, she already had her ticket as well. Yeah. So shout out to her. Now.
So it's like what's the most recent one? That's I don't know if the Irishman came out on Netflix. I think it went out on cinema as well at the same time.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think
I can't remember.
I saw that like billboard and
Yeah, I
it's
saw
like
it in
already on
Old
Net-
Street.
Yeah,
I can't remember if I saw cinema or not. But yeah, I guess what's happening now is like there's a lot of experimentation going on because like
True.
you have all of these different streaming platforms coming up as well.
Yeah.
And like the dust really hasn't settled yet. Everyone's still acquiring their pieces.
Yeah.
You've got Apple just launched, you've got Disney just launched, trying to take over the game. It's like once you have like sort of like set platforms where you go to here for that and this, it just becomes cable TV again.
Well, to be fair, like I feel like cinema's gonna die up only because of the streaming. Because you got Netflix, Disney now wants to do their own thing. BBC iPlayer wants to become a streaming service now. They're doing
What is it?
Yeah.
BritBox or something?
I don't know what it's called.
Really?
But they want to do something, and then you got Nickelodeon. Everyone's just gonna start making you pay online to watch all their content. Sony will soon be like, no Netflix, I want all my movies back, and they'll start doing it. Why would you want to go own it if you're spending like £40 a month on like 9 different services to watch a movie?
That's what I think. I think I heard a prediction that eventually there would be that one service that sort of like cherry picks everything and encompasses like all the stuff, like similar to what like when Sky came out. Before that there was On Digital, which was like had all like the channels and stuff. They got them out here. Everyone moved over to Sky and stuff, and then you had all these other companies, cable companies, like giving these packages and stuff.
But you've even got Apple TV series now, right?
Have you seen
Originals.
Yeah. And Jennifer Aniston's got a talk show in there as well with I can't remember his name now. But yeah.
Oh, that's a talk show with is it Steve Carell?
No, the other guy, the guy from Stomp the Yard.
Oh, stop. I don't think you've watched it.
Is it Stomp the Yard?
Stomp the Yard.
The longest yard.
Stop the yard.
Stomp the Yard.
That's a dancing movie.
I was like, what? There's Millie rocking on the thing. Yeah?
He's from I can't remember his name. It's forever. But yeah, she got a talk show.
The Office.
I don't think he's in The Office. Is he? I don't know.
Because I've seen a billboard with Jennifer Aniston and it's like a grey background.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, Steve Carell. I don't know if that's his actual name. Steve Carell.
No, that's not his name though. Is it? Isn't it? No, Adam Sandler. No, that's his name.
Oh, Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, same.
Comment section down below if I'm wrong.
We're just butchering everything today.
We're literally on the whip.
Butchering Taekwondo.
So, and also, you know, with the streaming service, they're all buying up all these celebs. Anyway, Will Smith has got like a movie coming out on Netflix.
He's got another one coming out now.
Yeah, he did Bright. I can't remember what it's called.
Okay. He's always busy. Shout out to him though.
He's got like 4 different series that he executive produced as well on Netflix.
Cool.
But everyone's doing it. Dwayne Johnson's got movies and series on there. I know Mark Wahlberg has got series and things on there. I mean, everyone's got things and series on there. But I guess the movie industry is interesting because I feel like the way Netflix are just buying up all the ideas, even with their original series, it's kind of like making it harder for mainstream like movies to still produce to that quality because you don't really like. I feel like with Netflix, you no longer need the high quality movies anymore.
But then Netflix have a very strict guideline on the cameras you use.
Yeah,
Which is like the
but I mean,
dumbest thing ever.
in terms of me and you can create a movie.
Yeah.
Just pitch it to Netflix.
Yeah, but then we'd have to reshoot it and everything.
Yeah, but that's, my point is before.
Yeah.
You would have to wait in line for maybe 6 months. Yes. Hope that you can find a big producer.
Yes.
Hope that they will mess with you.
Yes.
More time they probably steal your idea and do their own thing anyways because they don't need you. Whereas now, Netflix just go, we like your idea. Here's some money. This is our guideline. Go make it. Like it's like you're just going to get a loan from the bank. Netflix is the bank that you go to get a loan from. Whereas you no longer have to go to the bosses. Yeah. You just go to a quicker bank and just open up an account. You get some money in the account, you splash it, spend it, and you're done. And you know, they got a huge online presence, so even when they do post a trailer, they're getting like 20, 30 million views for a quick 2-minute trailer, bro. That's more than I see on Sony. And
They have such a big platform.
yes, such a huge platform. And the way that they push the original series is mad. I'll see it everywhere for like 2 weeks. Like 30 Reasons Why. Like I only
saw that everywhere.
I saw that. I ignored it for so long. I was like, nah, this is not that good. Then I hear Selena Gomez come out, and then I started hearing all the controversial conversations around.
You're like, maybe I'll watch it.
I just started watching. I was like, oh shit. I actually enjoyed it. I haven't seen season 2 yet. But I started it actually. I want to finish it. I enjoyed it. So good, bro. You'll like it, bro. Okay. It's very deep.
Okay.
Very deep.
I like deep.
Very deep. I was about to start spoiling it. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. But go with that. But you would like it because it's very deep and it's a good conversational start because it really starts when conversations coming out of that show, bro. It's really sick, man. But yeah, I guess we'll end the podcast here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, let's talk about something.
Hey, what happened to your phone last week, my guy?
Trying
to slide out the conversation. Huh?
Yeah, I guess we'll stop here.
I'm too used to this guy. I was like, wait, quick.
So, I was out on. I was with you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I forgot what day it was.
That was Thursday, I think. Yeah, I think it was Thursday. But it was out on Thursday. Went to Shoreditch.
Yep.
Went to their Shoreditch, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it was out in Shoreditch.
After doing a French exit at the barrio.
What was it called?
Yeah, the one next door was barrio.
That was crap anyways. It was too cramped. But yeah, so it was at the Shoreditch, we were partying, having a good time. Heading home, I must have fallen asleep on the train. But I was calling a girl. See, Joy, had you picked up the phone, I would never have lost my phone. But she didn't pick up the phone. I lost my phone. Yep. Well, I fell asleep. Wherever.
Phone gone.
Like I remember I'm in Brixton. I'm like, no.
I hate when that happens.
And because I wear wireless headphones, it never registered in my mind that the music wasn't playing anymore.
Okay.
Because the music was still playing when I was getting off, because obviously it was still connected at that point.
Yeah.
But then I walked down the road, the music stopped, and I'm like, oh, let me get my phone out. But yeah. And then I get home.
Yeah.
I remember I'm calling Joe. Yo, you got my phone? I don't know. I woke up and forgot how I lost it. Thinking Joe has it.
I was just looking at my phone. I was like,
I asked you if you got my phone, didn't I?
I was like,
we didn't even go home together when I'm asking you if you got my phone.
it was the next morning. I looked at the text. I was like, wait a second. What happened to this guy?
Yeah.
So then I called him. I was like, yo, what? So what phone are you using? Then I remembered, oh yeah, he has a second phone.
Yeah.
The emergency
Gangster.
phone.
The emergency phone, yeah. And then
Emergency.
oh yeah, here it comes. I ain't a gangster today. That's your role, bro. The burner phone, yeah. But yeah, so get home. I look at the iCloud.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see the phones in where was it first? I think it was
You said it was Houston Square.
Oh.
Euston Square. It was Euston Square, yeah. The guy turned it on. I'm calling the phone. He's ignoring it. Busy turning me the whole time. I'm like, dang, alright, cool. I wait up there. A couple hours later, he's in Tottenham Court Road. Calling him again. He's busy turning me heavy. I'm like, oh, I'm never getting my phone back.
Yeah.
But I think he was trying to sell it.
Okay.
Or trying to get into the phone. And then eventually, I guess he got rid of it.
Yeah.
And then I think the next day, a guy calls me at around, I think it was 12. I was on the phone to you when he rang me, remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was around 1 o'clock. He rings me and he's like, oh, I got your phone.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Come pick it up.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Wow.
So I go to pick it up the first time at around, I think, what time was I go? 5?
Yeah, probably around 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5. I get there, I go to 4, Joe, because my second phone was really bad. I couldn't use Google Maps or nothing, so Joe had to like direct me on the phone. It was so funny. So he directs me how to get to where the phone was, because he turned off my phone and wouldn't like respond. And then when I asked him what his number was, he said his phone died. So I kept saying, "I'm getting set up, man. This is so booky." And then I get to the location. It's like a homeless like shelter looking.
Yeah.
It's like 1,000 homeless people, and I'm just like standing here. Everyone's looking at me, and I'm just like,
Who has the phone?
I don't know if I should be here right now. Like, got my Yeezys on, got the beads. I'm like, I might get robbed. I'm not feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
So after like 10-20 minutes, I leave, I go home. He then calls me again at like 2 in the morning. And he's like, oh, I got your phone. Are you going to come pick it up?
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, man, I spoke to you earlier, though, man. You weren't even there.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, no, the phone died. I just charged it. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So I'm like, I'm going to come.
Yeah.
So I hop on a bus at
Okay.
2 in the morning.
Wow.
No trains this time. I hop on the bus. I'm on the bus for like 45 minutes. I get there. Outside Hippodrome Casino, right?
Yeah.
Get to Hippodrome Casino. I told him I was wearing a red jacket, so he can easily spot me. He sees me and goes, "Oh, you Sharif?" I go, yeah. And then the guy I was talking to isn't the guy that's now talking to me. It's this other black. He was also, so his father was homeless, so he was homeless. So this black person is like 6'2", and he's like, "What do you do for a living?" And I'm like,
Whoop!
So
You're about to get taken for ransom.
I knew what was going down. He wanted money, innit? So I was like, "Oh, I'm jobless, man." He's like, "What did you used to do?" I was teaching assistant. That's 2 years ago. So how do you get money? And he's looking at me, and I'm like, "I got." He's thinking, like, the Yeezys. You can't be broke.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Oh no, I'll be back here with my mom. She'll be some shit." And then
You got a full interview and that.
full interview. And he literally just looked at me and went, "Wow, you ain't getting your phone back unless you like pay up." I mean, help me, Ransom. And he was like holding my arm. And at this point, I'm like, bro, like I can't do anything about my phone, innit?
Yeah.
So if I don't have my phone,
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah.
He then gives me his phone.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, I got my phone. I think at this point I call you, right? No, I called K Tricks first.
Yeah.
Because K Tricks wanted to meet. He was gonna meet me because he
Yes,
thought it was a setup as well.
Yeah.
And then I'm going through the phone, wherever.
Yes.
Looking at and then he then goes, and I try to take a step back because at this point I'm like, man, I got my phone in my hand, security's on my left.
Yeah.
But then I remembered my weight. So I was like, maybe running ain't going to get me that far. So I was like, no, I'm not running. Literally, in a split second, I'm thinking of every option.
All
Go
the
into the
things,
security. But I
run.
felt like the security wouldn't care because it's not in their venue.
Yes.
So yeah, they're right. Because we're outside the Hippodrome Casino, but they've got to deal with the people that are smoking there, people coming into the casino. So they might look at me and be like, nah, mate, call police. And I'm like, call police. That's so obvious. Hi, police. Why don't stand over there? Can you come? Like, so I thought, no, maybe not that. So then I stand there for 2 seconds and I'm thinking, what am I going to do? And then he keeps looking at me like, what, you ain't got no money? And I'm like, I didn't even bring my cards. I just came to get my phone.
Yeah.
And then I have to call this geezer, to literally, I'm like, hey, Joe, these guys are holding me right. I beg you just send me £20. I give him £20.
Oh yeah, I was in the middle of I was in the middle of
out.
I was in a Latin house party at that time.
Oh, fun.
I was just like, yeah, cool. Yeah. I actually forgot that, you know.
I had nobody on me. So I had to be like, yo, Joe, beg you just, because I have like an ATM card.
Yeah.
But I didn't transfer nothing to the card. There's nothing on that card.
So you,
I didn't even know I had that card.
They could have warned you that they were going to hold you to ransom.
Do you know what? The funny thing is,
I've been joking to him that he's being held for ransom.
Oh, right, yeah.
on the phone, he was like, I really want to do a good deed, you know. I just want to. Some people were helping me. I was like,
because otherwise you might not show.
And the funny thing is, I offered on the because obviously I got Uber Eats connected to my phone. I was like, yo, mate. I didn't know it was homeless though, but at the time, I was like, mate, I'll just get you some food, man. Like, whatever. Yeah. Wherever you want, when I come down there, I'll order you some food to your house, wherever. Boom. And you can eat and I'll just go in it. So at this point, I think he was being nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, go to the cash point now after being held around. You can imagine the 6 foot black guys holding me, stinks as well. And it's like, you know, like no disrespect to the homeless. If you're homeless, like, you know, it's a very unfortunate situation to be in.
Yeah.
I'm not even blaming them for holding me ransom. You know, if I'm struggling for money, probably would do the same thing. But man, it's a wasted dude. Like he's holding me like this on my arm as I'm going to the ATM. And then when I stand there, he's standing like this, and I'm like, I'm not typing in my pin with you right here. Then you're gonna might as well steal my car. So then he turns around, this other geezer just on a bike, like this stolen bike as well. I don't know why he told me.
Santander thing without the
So stolen one of those Santander bikes.
broken lock.
You can tell this one because he still has like the little lock thing on the back. So he must have jacked it out. But anyway, so this geezer's just standing here ready to if I'm running, he's ready to catch me on that bike. And then I tell him money, I gave him £20. I'm like, I'm thinking, okay, that's cool. Listen. 10 minutes later, 4 guys bust round the corner. It's like they were calling their friend, like, yo, this guy's got money. And now he's like to me, you know, you can't leave until you feed all of us. And
it was like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I'm like right in the middle, all the 6 homeless around me, and I'm just there like, it's nobody around there seeing them. I'm looking like this lady like, help me. She's just like this. Nope.
She just turned Ray Charles, like put on the Ray-Bans. Like,
I'm in Leicester Square. Like, how can
yeah.
nobody notice what's going on? I'm looking at everybody. I'm looking at this lady. I'm like, okay, no one gonna help me. I'm surrounded by like 6 random homeless people, and then started pressing me again. And me being me, I was like, you know what? I can't even find my way out of it anyway. So I ordered everyone food.
I was actually joking you being held as ransom, but no, this ain't a joke.
I wasn't a joke. I spent like 50 quid on food, on Uber Eats. I woke up in the morning and I'm like, I didn't take out my card and somehow I didn't even get drunk and I spent 50 quid. On a Saturday night.
You get fat.
I can't remember I was there for 2 hours trying to get out of the situation.
It was a 2-hour negotiation.
I got home at like 4:30 in the morning.
What's that?
It's crazy. I didn't even get drunk. Saturday night was spent dealing with homeless people.
Damn, homie.
I didn't even get drunk. I remember I got home, I walked into the fridge, I pulled out a quick vodka, I had to take a couple of shots. I was so pissed off.
Just a deep.
I had my baby back, so
okay.
You got the phone.
It had lyrics, bro. Lyrics.
Right.
If I never got my phone back, I'd have been stressed. The first thing I did, was back everything out, install the laptop.
It's always after something like that happens, isn't it? Like the computer fails, then you're like, oh.
Moral of the story, if you're going to lose your phone, don't lose your phone and get too
Don't do
drunk.
it.
Well, maybe don't lose your phone in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. If you're going to lose, if you're going to lose your phone.
Don't lose your phone.
Don't lose your phone, kids. Drink responsibly.
If you're gonna lose your phone, pretend to lose it so you don't lose it. Alright, cool.
Oh, speaking of drinks, though.
Yes.
Before we shut down the podcast,
Yes.
what drink best describes you?
Ooh,
okay.
that's a good question.
Never done that question before in chatting shows. Exclusive.
I don't know how do I know?
I reckon rum and ginger spice. Because I love rum and also ginger. It's like spicy. I don't know.
That's
Warming.
Yeah, what about you?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Probably some like 9% cider or something.
Oh, nice.
What cider though?
I don't know, some Polish one, I guess. I don't know.
Polish.
Polish.
What do you normally drink though? Apart from like Ricodoli.
I actually don't have recorded like that.
Or
I like
Copperberg.
that, nice.
I don't even have Copperberg either.
Is that only when you come here? 'Cause I feel like I'm always buying you Copperberg.
Yeah. My drink of choice actually is either Scrumpy Jacks or what's the other one? Or Bombers, because that's what I see everywhere. So.
You actually like that?
Yeah.
You know what? I used to.
Scrumpy Jacks is the homeless cider. So
Strongbows are nice, dark fruit.
dark fruit.
Yeah.
It just tastes like a what's it? A diluted Recorder or a
I got told that's a homeless man's drink. Apparently,
K cider is a homeless man drink.
K-side.
Oh, yeah.
That 8% cider, that tastes nasty. But if you want to get waved quickly, you either have that or some other. Remember that 9% lager that it started with a K R something.
Oh yeah. And this, you know what's funny? The strongest ciders are the cheapest. It makes no
It is
sense.
strange,
I know.
actually.
It makes no sense to me.
And it don't taste the same every single time. K cider is like a lucky dip. You open it, you're like, what does it taste like today? Okay.
And it's funny, those are the ciders that like if you ever went to secondary school, primary school, and you had those kids that were just somehow underage drinking, they're beating
Strong
apart.
cider.
Yeah.
Whereas like Lambrini, that's cheap, but it's like way like less strong compared to
It makes no sense. I don't understand.
Or
When
that
did ciders 9%?
White Lightning, massive bottle.
Baby Sham. I actually have some like vintage Baby Sham glasses. They're quite cute.
Man.
That's it. Oh, I was gonna say
Yeah.
favorite holiday destination.
Ooh.
We're quizzing our guests today, guys. Be prepared.
Thinking. Well, the next place I want to go to is LA, but I haven't been there, so I don't know if it can be like my favourite holiday destination. But one of my favourite holidays was in the Canary Islands.
Yes.
It was really cool. Yeah, I went to Lanzarote and it was like this crazy like lunar landscape because of all the like lava rock and stuff. Yeah, and there was it was just really cool to explore the island. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Islands. Oh.
It was like otherworldly.
Yeah. I want to go hiking.
Hiking. Oh, cool.
Norway.
Yeah, Norway.
Or Austria.
As far as I'm aware.
Or Brazil, Austria,
Yeah.
I just want to go hiking, but I need to go put some mileage in the gym first. I ain't trying to die. I don't want to die halfway. I want to get to the top.
You just see the drone footage. It's just this guy is just like collapses and rolls down.
Joe's actually from New York.
Oh, cool.
Allegedly. I think when he does that. No,
Allegedly.
my dad my dad's a US citizen. He's lived there since like 96.
I love
so
the
I go back and forth.
Nice.
I love the way you
I
have
like
to
New
say my
York.
dad's a US citizen.
I know people in the comment section are going to do some fact checks like, I see that British passport on your IG, fam. But no, I'm working towards getting a citizenship there as well.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
Much more opportunities out there.
Yeah.
Much more.
Well,
more money
London's
as well.
not bad, you know.
Yeah. Well,
as long as the pound currency starts to, it's kind of gone down a bit now, hasn't it? Though?
Actually, talking about the
Pretty
currency, what are you saying about your guy Boris? I just said my guy.
Boris?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean because Labour lost? I mean, Labour was never going to win, mate. Let's be honest. I feel like Jeremy Corbyn, I don't even want him to be in power anyway. I just want a Labour because I feel like that's just like, well, I'm black, so it's just easy to say Labour. But with Jeremy Corbyn, I feel like no disrespect to him, but he was just banging on uneducated politicians' youth to vote for him, just to be honest. He went to every Stormzy event. He went to every nightclub.
I like him.
He pulled up to every school. Like, it was so cool, but in my head, I was just like, because you'll hear people talking about politics.
Yes.
Listen, anyone can have an opinion, but it's when they don't know what they're talking about. Some guy, I was having a conversation with this one geezer, and he's like, "I'm voting late." I mean, why? Jeremy Corbyn is sick, man. I'm like, okay, so what's like?
What about his policies?
Yeah, like, what are you voting for? He goes. Well, I heard they're gonna send us back, innit?
What?
Really?
No, he said if
Was he
if Boris
Caribbean?
wins.
Was he Caribbean?
Nah,
Was he on about that Windrush thing?
I mean, he was actually Asian, you know.
Okay.
What? He was Pakistani, yeah. He was like he thought
usually, but I don't know. It's
I don't know. He was talking to me like because the whole Brexit thing. He thought that we were gonna get sent back. So technically, he thinks now he's gonna get shipped. I mean, I'm guessing that's what he thinks. But I feel like what I liked about Jeremy Corbyn though that he was willing to engage with the youth. I feel like
he was the most accessible.
Yeah.
Actually, but I think I told you I bumped into him in Finsbury Park.
Yeah, he did.
I was just walking down because I have a client in Finsbury Park. Walking to the office, and then all of a sudden, around the corner, just a crowd, cameras everywhere. I'm like, whoa. They didn't even see me. I had to move out the way, like, whoa. And I'm looking. Who's in the middle? Jeremy Corbyn. Nice. Let me carry on.
Did you vote? You didn't vote, did you?
No, I
I
was nowhere near my polling
for
station.
Labour?
I voted for Labour, yeah.
Why did you vote for Labour?
I feel that Labour just have more empathy for like all situations. So I feel I feel like Conservatives are like quite out of touch with what it's really like for a lot of people.
Well, they support the rich, don't they, Conservatives?
Exactly. And I'd much rather that like everyone was alright and people weren't having to go to food banks. You know, like what is it, like 40% of kids are in poverty at the moment. So it's just got worse.
I remember somebody's argument was that Labour spends too much money.
But the thing with that is the stuff that they want to implement does cost a lot of money.
It costs money, but then at the same time, like the money goes back into the economy a lot of the time. So it's always like hard, isn't it? Like both can at the moment are kind of almost too extreme because at the same time, like you want innovation, so it's like you want people to be able to like start businesses. And sometimes Conservatives can be better for that, but it's like
because I think Jeremy Corbyn wanted to remain in the EU, didn't he? Did he talk about it?
He was like kind of on the fence.
Yeah, it was kind of on the. I felt like at points he was. I felt like there was times when he was making it out like, if I get power, we're gonna remain in the EU, and I'd be like, oh, okay.
Wasn't that his main thing?
Huh?
Wasn't that his main thing?
Yeah. I mean, it'll be because obviously, if he were to remain, I guess like shipping wouldn't be that much of an issue. Businesses would stay the same. Prices won't go as much up. But yeah, I guess now prices are going to go up. Businesses are going to charge more. So, it is what it is. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like being in an independent country would be interesting to see how we function.
I see it as a win-win. If we stayed, there was pluses. If we leave, well, we are leaving. There's pluses.
Well, I guess the only difference now is we'll get less people coming in as frequent and as easy because I feel like that was.
Sure they'll sort it out.
Well, I feel like that was the main reason why Conservative. Well, the main reason why was out at Brexit. Anyway, everyone just felt like there was too many foreigners in the first place, which is hence why a lot of people voted to become independent. Which is a fair argument, but I don't know. I feel like the whole Conservative situation just doesn't. I don't get Boris. He reminds me of Donald Trump 2.0. Yeah, I just feel like with Boris Johnson, I just feel like he's a comedian.
I know what you mean, like the buffoon kind of vibe.
I find it funny. Like if he was just a politician without. The actual power, I'll probably like the geezer. He's funny. But him in power, I don't know. Have you not heard? Yesterday, like he got no deal anyway. So
really,
I was reading it. Yes, I was like, after all of this, no deal.
Yep, that green card has to be on fast track still.
You'll be alright.
New York, here I come, man.
Well, where would you love to live in the world if you couldn't live in London?
In what? Live anywhere in the world?
Anywhere in the world, apart from London.
Mallorca.
I would.
Was that you?
It's a hard question. Part of me would like I'm really drawn to LA at the moment.
Yeah.
Like I think there's like the weather, but also like
But I think your
Opportunity.
music
yeah.
definitely your music in America would pop. Because I feel like with the UK or one is too small.
Yeah, we always have this
We are
conversation.
small
It's too small.
yeah.
But also like there's more. I feel like when you go to places like America, they appreciate music a bit more.
Yeah.
I feel like music here is more almost like,
Nearly
if you're not in the circle, then we don't really care. You know, in a way, in terms of like bridging the gap between underground and commercial success. Whereas in America, it's almost like anyone takes on anyone. You can work with
If you're
anyone.
good, come.
Yeah, do you know how many collaborations I've done through DMs?
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
Like in the dark, obviously, with like American artists. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always working with American artists through
yeah.
DMs. They're like,
Yeah.
send me the vocal, they send me the vocal. It's done.
Yeah.
In England, I feel like,
Same with me, like the tracks I have out, Americans.
yeah, all your collabs are American,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah, he does music as well.
Oh, cool.
Thanks to me.
What?
I'm your manager,
I was
publicist.
producing way before you even born.
Oh yeah, you
mate.
make beats, innit?
Yeah, man.
Got to send me something. I want to hear. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk afterwards. Man.
Give me half the money. Yeah?
Word?
But I guess we'll end the podcast here.
Yeah.
So thank you to thank you to you. Thank you for coming down to the podcast. Hey, listen, man, I'm tired. Okay. But anyway, thank you for coming down to the podcast. This is the time where you plug everything: social media,
Performances coming up.
everything.
Projects.
So tell them what you want.
Okay, so
There you go.
you can find my music on Spotify, Molteno. It's Molteno, and social media's at Molteno Music. Also, I have a show coming up for everyone in London.
Yeah.
It's at the Victoria in Dalston, and that's on the 4th of February. So I'm going to announce that.
If you got the
any
flyer
minute.
or anything,
Do you know
just
what?
send it
It's
to me and
I will do. Yeah, exactly.
I'll post
send
up
it
on my
out.
Instagram and the Chat and Chill page and all that stuff, so
Perfect.
people can follow through. We might as well just go. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I'm down.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Amazing.
Chat and Chill the parent. So if you want to
Great.
come and see me enjoy it, come through as well. There you go. I mean, Joe wants to give some pictures, so I don't know. But
Huh?
I said Joe wants to take some pictures.
Yeah, I'll probably bring my camera with me. Yeah.
Great.
Cool. Oh,
Yay.
I guess we're having a vlog day as well.
That's true, yeah.
But anyway, thank you for listening to the Chat and Chill podcast. Oh, also, before we go,
Okay, another one,
I forgot
Exclusive.
the new. We're gonna do the release date. Maybe I was going to mention that. So every Monday you're gonna get a podcast audio.
Yes, new schedule,
New schedule every Monday.
Yeah.
Podcast audio
Yep.
and visuals on YouTube.
Yep.
So if you're on Spotify, Monday. If you're on
yep.
YouTube, Monday. But now we're gonna be doing clips. So we're gonna be minimizing. Well, we're gonna have a 2-hour podcast and then put them into topics. So that will run weekly, not daily yet, but weekly, and we don't have a set day. So as soon as you've seen the podcast come out on Monday,
Just
just tune into the YouTube channel and you'll just see random clips pop up. I will make a schedule soon, but that's based basically on the amount of content. Obviously, Joe's going away to New York as well, so right now I don't want to do daily videos and run out because my guy's not here. So that's the quick update for you guys. But anyway, well, thank you for listening to our podcast. I'm your boy Firahs,
Joe to the MK.
and
Molteno.
I will see you back here next time.
Oh.
I wasn't ready for that. I can see